wow, is technology now advancing so quick that we are able to simulate humans in computers? So my name is Said Ouissal. I'm the founder and CEO of a company called Zededa. Zededa is a company based in Silicon Valley focused on edge computing. In particular, we provide a solution for customers to orchestrate and manage their edge. What has been happening is that more and more data now is being generated outside of the data center. It's generated with machines, sensors, vehicles, power plants. So more and more data being generated in more and more distributed locations. That data still has to be processed. What we saw in the company 7 years ago when we started, it was going to be very difficult to upload all that data to the cloud, to process and analyze that data using cloud native software and AI models. So if you can't get the data to the application in the cloud, then the application will be pushed to the edge of the network. The AI model will be running at the edge of the network. So Zededa has basically built an edge operating system and an orchestration solution to provide that capability to very large energy companies, industrial companies, automotive companies. So obviously Silicon Valley plays a big role. Companies like Nvidia, AMD, and Intel all are based here, and they're all basically providing the underlying system hardware to enable generative AI. The other thing that I think is very important is data. You know, your generative AI models are only as good as your data. And if you look at the companies that have a lot of data today in their as part of their business, Facebook, Twitter, Google, they're all here as well. Microsoft, obviously, with LinkedIn. So it's very natural that, when those two come together, you start seeing sort of the foundational layers for enabling AI. I think what we've seen with ChatGPT and generative AI is the first time, first of all, an average user can experience what AI is. I think people before heard a lot about AI, but never really able to experience it. So the ability to have a human interface, a human conversation with a piece of software that responds back to you in a human way, I think just blew a lot of people's minds. Like, wow, is technology now advancing so quick that we are able to simulate humans in computers? We have also been using generative AI in our support system. So customers that have questions or need help, instead of waiting for somebody to respond back, they can immediately chat with a system that's trained around all our systems, our manuals, and everything else. We are even now introducing more and more generative AI capabilities in our product. Our user interface, which has been more traditionally a graphical interface, is now also becoming more and more an interactive interface where you can actually communicate with the system in normal language and request things or tell it to do certain things. I would first advise nobody to come to Silicon Valley for the purpose of being in Silicon Valley. I think you have to be really clear, what can Silicon Valley offer you? Now, if you're a technology startup, then you're going to probably find investors here that understand technology better than other places in the world, because a lot of the investors here come from the technology backgrounds and everything else. So if you have a great technical idea, it will probably be easier for an investor here to understand it, what its implications are and its opportunities than many other places in the world. And I think the other thing is it's a patience game, right? I think we always see the big press releases of these companies that raise a lot of money or they get a big exit. But there's not a lot of talk about all the other companies that are still trying to get there. And I think you have to have really the patience to get to success here.